nice long rally to start off. I did have the sense that Sakkari might come out a little bit more sharp in this match. She hadn't played a match in 4 months, and so you can't blame her for being a little bit nervous against Busas Monero, but playing Rybakina, she knows she has to hit through the ball, so I think right away you can see that from the start. That's good movement forward here from Rybakina. Did a good job of not hesitating. As soon as she saw a little shorter reply from Sakkari, she was right on top of that ball. It's an incredible angle from the center of the court. Great acceleration through that ball.
Already tell early on from Sakkari the change in her body language and the way that she's hitting through the ball, because she looked so hesitant in her singles match the other day against Team Spain. So it's a really good positive start for Sakkari so far.
Good to see Tsitsipas watching on.
Much more calm and comfortable out of the gates, Sakkari.
Seems very clear that she intends to attack the second serve of Rybakina.
Well, that's the key, is you don't really want to give Rybakina time. You really want to take time away from her, and you want to be the one that gets that first strike on the ball. Because that's Rybakina's game style, feeding off that big serve of hers and really trying to attack off of the return.
Obviously didn't make that one, but do you like the play?
I don't mind it. Yeah. I don't mind it. I mean, she didn't have to cut it so fine either, because I don't think Rybakina, she has that long levers and those long legs, but she's not quick off the first step forward. So I do like that play from Sakkari. Tough game to get through, Rybakina, but did well, served well in the end.
You really have to think for Maria this morning, it's more about the process. She has to sort of put the outcome to the side and focus on what she really wants to achieve, considering she hasn't played for a number of months. She seems to be a lot more energetic out on court, and she's just striking the ball a lot nicer today. So 1 point at a time, I think, will be key for Sakkari today.
Okay, so Maria Sakkari serving for the first time in this critical match for Team Greece. Seems a good time to check in with the captain of Team Greece, Theodoros Angelinos. Ted, thanks so much for talking to us. We've been talking a lot about what a confidence player Maria Sakkari is, how brilliant she can be when she is full of confidence. What have you done to try and big up her confidence ahead of this match?
Just go back to basics. I mean, she hasn't played since the US Open, so it's always hard to, you know, get rhythm, get confidence back. So she started the match much better. So yeah, hopefully we can work through it and get the win somehow. And
tactically, what are the keys against a player of Rybakina's quality?
Yeah, I think you obviously have to serve well and pick your spots on the return and be consistent as possible. Even, you know, be a bit more aggressive.
It's a hot one out there today, isn't it? Is the physical edge that Sakkari feels like she has over players, could that come into play today?
I think so. If the match goes long or we keep it close, I think that's in our favor. I like, you know, Maria is one of the fittest person on tour, and it's a hot day, so hopefully, yeah, that will work in our favor.
And if Maria is able to take this to the doubles, will we see Stefanos back out there? How's he doing?
Yeah, we'll see. I think so. He didn't have a great day on the singles court. He had some issues with his stomach in the beginning, so we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Okay, fingers crossed. Thanks so much for speaking to us, and best of luck to Team Greece.
Yeah.
14-15. Well, it's good to see Stefanos Tsitsipas back out at courtside. Good for him, because it was very clear in that opening match, very clear from how he looks right now, quite frankly.
He's back out quickly, too. He's back out quickly, too, for, you know, having a stomach issue and stuff like that. Obviously, he got everything under control. He ended up fighting very hard in the end, so that was a good sign that he was feeling a little better.
Yeah, tough day from today. Clearly not feeling great, but good on him for being there to support someone that he's known for a very long time. They've been through a lot together, Sakkari and Tsitsipas.
Well, this is something that Sakkari is going to be having to pay attention to from Rybakina. She loves, this is the forehand placement against her previous match. The Spaniard, Busis Monero, goes cross-court the majority of the time, and most of her winners are that direction as well. So that's definitely a pattern that Sakkari's got to be aware of. We already saw a beautiful angle from her in the first game. Just really accelerates through. Is able to get that ball off the court.
Is that something that a new coach that Goran Ivanisevic might want to work on with Rybakina, getting her to mix up the forehand placement more, take it down the line a bit more?
I think adding variety is always good, especially, you know, when you've been on the tour for a while. Players, your opponents pick up certain patterns. They know where your strengths are. So I think it's always good if you can throw in variety to surprise your opponent. I know there's Goran. I know he's working on wanting her to come forward a lot more, wanting her to finish points more at the net, because she gives herself those opportunities. She's such an aggressive player. So to really follow that in and back yourself. That's good depth from Maria. I like that play, too. against taller players, it's a good play to try and go deep down the center of the court because they have such long levers. It's tough to get out of the way, but as long as it has good depth, that can be a really good play.
It was tantalising, wasn't it? She had so much court to play into there, Sakkari. Just execution letting her down. Still an opportunity, though, at 30 all. Do you want the lead for Kazakhstan and Rybakina in the opening set?
Can I have a towel, please?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Very good commitment to the return. Another.
Well, speaking of coaches, you've got Alexander Nadovyazov there, the Kazakhstan captain, giving Rybakina a pep talk. Goran Ivanisevic just lurking in the background. You might have seen on the Greek bench Raymond Sleuter, who is the new coach of Maria Sakkari for 2025. Now, that's an interesting appointment, Jill. He has a lot of pedigree.
He does, yeah. He's a very experienced coach, obviously former player, so I think it'll be an interesting choice. Sometimes it takes time, though. I mean, you never know. It can look good on paper, the matchups, and I think he would be a great addition to her team, but you do have to give it time. You got to be willing to give that coach time to work with you. I mean, especially if you're making small changes and the players want it instantly, but sometimes it takes a little while for things to develop.
He worked with Elena Svitolina on her comeback from maternity leave, didn't he? And had a huge impact. She really kind of repackaged her game and became a far more aggressive player with great success. So that's a fascinating appointment, I think. Of course, Sakkari was with a former coach, Tom Hill, for a very, very long time before they eventually parted ways. Then she worked with David Witt.
And that one was for a little shorter time.
Yeah. So she's not used to this kind of coaching carousel. She had a lot of consistency for a long time.
Well, we were talking about how she feeds off, you know, that confidence and how she needs matches, and I think that's where Sleuter will do a good job. I think he always has a very positive attitude, you know, so he's going to bring just that extra bit of confidence. Wow. That had some heat behind it.
Smoked that one.
Oh, she certainly doesn't seem like she's struggling with the pace from Rybakina's racket. She's really holding her ground off that baseline, and I really feel that backhand when she steps in will be a real weapon today.
Oh, just got a little jammed. Caught it into her body too much. Yeah, like Sakkari's previous match against Bustos Monero, she had a little bit more time to think. Rybakina has a little more pace behind her average rally ball, so I just feel like that extra time and that thought process got into Maria's head a little bit, and I think this is a better matchup for her to gain that confidence because she's forced to go after the ball a little bit more.
He likes what he sees. So far, does Roman Sluyter. She doesn't look intimidated, does she, by Elena Rybakina? She's beaten her before. She's played her tough before, even in her defeats, and that's got to help the confidence.
I think it also helps their previous matches. Rybakina leads in the head-to-head 3-1, but every single match has been so close. Three out of the 4 went to 3 sets, so that's got to give you confidence knowing that you had moments to win those close matches. You were right in it. Changed her mind there. It looked like she was about to hit that ball flatter, and then all of a sudden opted for a higher, heavier ball. Just that slight indecisiveness causing the error.
Not by much, but by enough. Rybakina with the lead again, 3-2. So from the RAC Arena to Ning. Alexander Shevchenko there in the foreground. He did his job earlier, didn't he? What a lovely, charming young man he is.
He does seem so nice. And I love that he's just smiling. He seems to really enjoy when he's getting interviewed and talking about the matches. And he's been a great supporter. He's actually been on the front bench for the last match as well that Rybakina played. So he's in it. He loves this team atmosphere.
Yeah, he said it was a huge goal of his to be able to play the United Cup, and he's so grateful to Elena Rybakina for wanting to play and being alongside him. Must be great to be in a team alongside a Wimbledon champion.
15.
Rybakina just inching forward and inside the baseline there just to put that pressure on the second serve. Sakkari actually went for a little bit bigger serve, trying to get that depth.
She is enjoying the Rybakina pace, isn't she? Not troubled by it at all.
What I think one of Sakkari's biggest assets is her movement. She's so quick. So even if the ball's coming with a lot of pace, she's able to quickly adjust the feet to get in good position. So that's part of the reason she handles that pace well.
She's famously an incredible sprinter, isn't she? Can run 100 meters in 12-ish seconds,
Oh
I think.
Goodness.
Something like that.
Oh, that's a great ball. That little higher, heavier ball. She was on her back foot. Good choice when you're a little bit off balance. Great depth on that as well.
It's a bit patchy from Rybakina so far, isn't it?
Well, we talk about the time that Sakkari had off. I mean, Rybakina doesn't have a ton of matches under her belt either. Took some time off after the U.S. Open. Did play the WTA finals in Riyadh just a few weeks ago, but just played a couple matches there. So she had quite a bit of time off as well. And the start of the year is always tough, right? I mean, everyone's nervous. Everyone wants to start the new season well.
I'm just noticing a lot of the first serves from Rybakina are targeting the forehand of Maria Sakkari. On the due side, she's really slicing that serve out wide, and on this ad side in particular, he's using that tee a lot. So something for Sakkari just to keep an eye on.
Third ace for Elena Rybakina and a 4-3 lead in the first set. That does make sense, doesn't it? Bojana has attacked it because it was the forehand that broke down most dramatically in her opening singles match, Sakkari, wasn't it?
Oh, absolutely. There was a lot of unforced errors off that forehand side, in particular for Sakkari when she was just off the baseline, a normal rally ball. She was pulling off the ball. She wasn't moving forward. And her singles match from when she was playing against Buthes Monero to today is chalk and cheese. You really can't compare, and I think that's such a positive sign for Maria that she can turn things around very quickly. And she really hasn't thrown in many unforced errors off either side. So for me, it's a really positive sign, and she's right in this first set. I mean, it's on serve. You know, time will tell how she handles the pressure, but she really doesn't have anything to lose. She hasn't played for a number of months. It's all about finding the rhythm, getting the confidence point by point. So for me, she's doing really well.
Because if she hits that heavy kick and then the one she hit on the first ball in the last game, it's just very tough to take it on the rise. Keep the energy the same. Very good. Also like the fact that you had one chance to play a little bit of a higher, deeper ball. Fantastic.
He's got good energy, Roman Sluyter, doesn't he? He's a very calm head, very positive guy. No ego, really, never makes it about him. Of course, a lot of success in coaching is about chemistry, so who knows how it'll end up working out, but he has the raw ingredients to bring a lot of good stuff out of Maria Sakkari.
That's great. Couple deep balls, more central from Sakkari, and then as soon as she had a little more time, felt like she was more in position, that's where she really was able to open up the court. Backhand cross is effective for her right now when she can create more of an angle and get Rybakina on the move.
Theodoros Angelina said when you interviewed in Catherine during that first game in terms of what Maria Sakkari was looking to do, and he simply just said, keep it simple, and that's what she's doing. She's got a high first serve percentage. She's not going for too much, and she's staying long in the rallies. So I think sometimes we tend to want to overcomplicate things rather than keeping it simple, and it's a clear example of what Sakkari is doing right now.
40.
serve percentage has got to remain high for Sakkari, and she knows it. Overall, she has been serving pretty well so far. First serve percentage currently at 62%. She would like that higher because, I mean, how much damage Rybakina can do on that second serve return.
That will do nicely from Maria Sakkari. Barely hit a forehand like that all match against Jessica Butas Monero. It is already such a better performance from the Greek woman. 4-all opening set.
I really liked that point from Sakkari. All of a sudden threw in 2 slices. That's the first slices we've seen in this first set, but the key was to keep it low. It forced Rybakina to hit up, and that's why she was able to create that time on that forehand to attack.
Already more games than in her previous match for Sakkari. It's very much game on. 4th ace for Rybakina. She's got a tidy first serve percentage at the moment, 69% that takes her to.
Second serves can be tough. I mean, Rybakina is adding a little bit more kick to that second serve, and it comes from such a high position with how tall she is that that trajectory really bounces up a little bit more.
For Maria Sakkari right now, you'd almost want to hover over that forehand side and expect that the serve is coming to that side. Well, she heard me, didn't she? So she decided to serve that wide. But every time on this due side, she's gone to the forehand. So just something to think about for Sakkari.
It's a lovely shot, the Rybakina backhand down the line, isn't it? Doing the damage there. 5-4 opening set.
Просто левой рукой внимательно и с ножки вниз. То же самое, когда пустой мяч был, сейчас смотри, сынок, справа. Проходи мимо, с ногами. Проходи его, обрабатывай ногами.
Fascinating, the different dynamics within the team. In Team Greece, you've got both the team captain and Sakkari's individual coach having input, whereas in Team Kazakhstan, you've got Goran Ivanisevic, Rybakina's individual coach, very much taking a back seat and just watching on while Nadovizov, the team captain, does the pep talks at the sit-downs. Serving to stay in the first set.
What a start. The first time, actually, she's taken the first serve early.
Not much you can do about that.
No, it's too good. It wasn't a bad serve. Had some pretty good pace behind it, but she just took one slight step forward to take that ball early.
Now, this is where the confidence really gets tested, isn't it? How deep is the well? 2 points from the set is Rybakina. Point, triple set point. Needs a first serve. Tough way to lose the set, yeah. Not out by much, but out by enough. It's a break to love, and it's the opening set for Kazakhstan and for Rybakina.
Once you do that, you bet the stronger you end up being. I think that's also why I love the format of the United Cup, where you are playing singles, and then sometimes, obviously, a lot of the singles players are playing mixed as well. And if you lose your singles match, you can come back, play. You're immediately putting yourself in that circumstance again, and I love that. I think that helps you just become mentally stronger every time. Sakkari saw that coming. She was up pretty quickly towards the net.
Really finding her spots on serve, isn't she? Picking up where she left off from the end of set one there, Rybakina.
I know we focused a lot on Maria Sakkari in this match so far, but we have to give credit to Elena Rybakina. She just seems so unwavered in what she's trying to achieve this morning. She's so confident in every single stroke. And she might throw in a couple of unforced errors, but she quickly just picks herself up, moves on. Doesn't show a lot of emotion, but the way that she strikes the ball and how early she takes it has been so impressive.
Yeah, I agree, Boyana. And right now we're just taking a look at the kick-serve comparison between the two players. We mentioned how much Rybakina gets a little bit more kick, and I think that has a lot to do with it. Her height, when it's coming from such a high point, it does tend to kick a little bit more. So that's jumping on Sakkari quite a bit. That's a great graphic we just saw. Tried to adjust in the end, but that ball just kept drifting into her body.
Goran will have enjoyed that point, seeing Rybakina
Yes.
finish the point up at the net.
Something that he really wants her to add to her game is to come forward, which I think is a great plan. Because of how clean she strikes the ball and how powerful she hits off the ground.
She'll be chipping and charging in no time. It'll be like grass court tennis in the 90s.
Oh my.
Tough start to this second set for Sakkari. Love 30.
Pressing a little bit, right? Even in the first serve, you could feel it. Just trying to add pace, but not doing it in a relaxed manner. She really put maybe too much effort behind that.
That's the thing with Sakkari. There's a lot of talk about the nerves she feels. I'm not sure she actually gets more nervous or tight than other players. It's just the way that manifests in her game. You can see the tension in her, can't you? It's sort of oozing out of her pores.
I think you see just how much she wants it, and that I feel like is sometimes where she can start to press, because she just wants it so badly, and it's hard to find that balance when you want that so badly and to relax at the same time.
Over-pressing on the forehand, and it is a set and a break lead now for Elena Rybakina. Well in control. A word of caution, though, for Rybakina fans. Sakkari does often play her best tennis from a position of deficit in the scoreline. It loosens her up. I guess she feels like, well, I've got nothing to lose now. So there's a lot of tennis to be played yet.
I mean, that's too good. I was right on the line. I like the way Sakkari struck the ball in that point. Really good forehands, confident, I think, in that rally. It was just too good from Rybakina.
First double for Rybakina. Still in massive credit on serve, 4 aces. Oh. Kind of unplayable. To little pace off it created incredible angle using all of her stature and frame. That was a better forehand.
I think the two different forehands too, right? The first one was a little higher and heavier and then unleashed a little flatter. So that change in rhythm sometimes can disrupt your opponent's rhythm. That's why the error came from Rybakina.
Another beauty. It's all Rybakina right now. She and Kazakhstan are 3 games away.
3 games to the month.
Все идеально делаешь, очень хорошо подаешься.
Alexander Shevchenko there getting involved at the sit-down. His job is done for the day, certainly in singles. Let's see him in the doubles. But one of the victories of his career in the opening match of the day over Stefanos Tsitsipas, albeit a slightly subpar Stefanos Tsitsipas, not feeling his best today, but he still took some beating, and Shevchenko did that beating. He was sensational today. He's got quite a down-the-line backhand of his own. Shevchenko really showed it off today. So Maria Sakkari, a Saturn love 3 down. What can she bring?
One of her best second serves. I don't know if she meant it, but it was a little bit more off pace, but the placement right into the corner, you got to be able to hit your targets like that against Rybakina.
Exchange.
liked the intention on the previous forehand, because she was, again, looking to take a slighter, shorter ball earlier. I just feel like it was a little too central. She's got to be willing to try and spread the court more, try and get Rybakina a little bit more defensive position.
Yeah, Rybakina looks just right in her comfort zone right now. Such margin on some of these big winners as well, isn't there? She's rarely going right close to the line. Feels very repeatable.
Just in control.
She is making tennis look awfully easy right now. That sweet, sweet strike that she has. Two more break points. Important first serve.
Because she needed that one. She just needed a nice, quick, easy point just to try and settle herself a little bit, slow things down. Much better from Sakkari. Is one forehand that really changed that point around to put her in the offensive position, where she just got it off the court a little bit more to the Rybakina forehand.
Well, there's never a great time for one of those, but there have been a few particularly ill-timed double faults for Maria Sakkari this match. That's her fourth in total, and it opens up a third break point of the game for Rybakina. Well saved.
Rybakina has definitely upped the pace on the forehand side. Sakkari trying to dictate a little bit there and was hoping to maybe overpower Rybakina on the forehand, but Rybakina got there in plenty of time. Actually added acceleration to her ball.
Finally, a short ball for Sakkari to attack.
I like that she moved into, just applied the pressure. I think that caused the mistake from Rybakina, just seeing her come forward to the net. Just makes you think about your shot, that little extra. That's too bad. She played such a good point. Rybakina just guessed right. And using Sakkari's pace, Sakkari all of a sudden felt, under pressure, felt rushed on the volley.
Never say never, but it does feel like Sakkari's hopes rest on this game. The longer the game goes, the more important it feels. Making it look easy again.
Good sneaking forward for Rybakina. Still, it looked like she was hesitating a little bit, but as soon as she saw Sakkari actually moving backwards and backpedaling, that's when she started to come forward to the net. Great play.
It is the double break for Elena Rybakina. One-way traffic just now. Had a set and 4-love. Okay, so Rybakina about to serve, hoping to take a 5-love lead. Let's check in with her teammate, who's already done his singles job for the day. Boana is with Alexander Shevchenko.
Alex, thanks for your time. You look like you're really enjoying yourself sitting up front. Are you loving being here watching Elena play?
Yeah, for sure. It's a joy to watch Elena playing, especially when she's playing like this. And yeah, I'm just supporting the team. Let's hope we're going to get it done 2-0. And yeah, just enjoying to be in the front seat for that one.
Well, you know, if Elena wins this, Team Kazakhstan progress to the quarterfinals. Are you aware of this?
Yeah, I'm going to be just happy, We were like, this was a really important match. The winner should go advance, and happy with my performance as well. And yeah, she's doing just a great job, It's just a joy to watch right now.
And talking about your performance, you had a great win against Stefanos this morning. How did you turn around from your singles loss a couple of days ago to then an impressive win today?
Yeah, obviously I knew the first match is always tough, especially Carreno Busto is a tough opponent for me, and I think he's a great player. And yeah, I just needed to get this match feelings a little bit, to get this, to deal with the nerves a little bit better, and just to have this game process. And yeah, it paid off, and all the preseason and everything, and it's just great to start the year with a massive win for me.
We'll let you go, but thanks a lot for your time and all the very best for the rest of this match.
Thank you, appreciate it a lot.
He's a lovely chap, isn't he? I love the way he talks about Rybakina and the clear respect he has for her.
I think both of them with each other, right? I mean, he loves what we were talking about. He loves being on the front row, cheering his teammates on. I think they are both loving the fact of being part of the United Cup. They're obviously both making their debut here, and they've loved every moment.
He's a big supporter. A set and 5-love now for Kazakhstan, Rybakina. And I assume that was Shevchenko making a hasty exit because he's got a mixed doubles to prepare for. There he goes. Yeah, he is cutting it fine. Maybe he wasn't expecting quite such a one-sided second set.
That's why he's jogging, just to make sure he gets warm immediately. It'll be fun to see them out there again if they do both decide to play the mixed. They looked like they had so much fun together out there. It was a great match.
Yeah, they did, and it is great seeing Rybakina have fun on a tennis court and look like she's enjoying herself, because I don't think that was always the case at every moment last year. She did have a lot of struggles, so brilliant to see.
I was hitting my forehand so big, like that's what I want to feel, you know?
Sakkari looks like she's being attacked by a whale shark there, which adding to her struggles.
Not being scared, prepare and go.
Set and 5-love and being eaten by a whale shark.
It's hard because the first set was so close, right? And I think, again, at the 5-4 game where Rybakina returned so well, like it almost felt like it was out of the blue to Sakkari because she had time, and in that last game, Rybakina just stepped up, and ever since then, she's played consistently stronger and stronger, and I think it's just put Sakkari on her back foot.
It's not often you can so clearly pinpoint the moment a match turned. That final game of the first set, everything changed in this match. We know she's one of the best fighters out there, and as frustrating as she must be feeling right now with the scoreline, you know she's not going to back down. She's going to keep trying to fight through, and if it just means getting a little bit better at each point. Interesting that we haven't really seen her attempt the drop shot since that first game.
I think it's hard to with how Rybakina's striking the ball. I mean, when you're playing someone that has upped the pace and is hitting most of the ground strokes, maybe just a couple inches or a few inches inside the baseline, that's not easy ball to pick and choose when you can drop shot. It's difficult. I mean, there was one point I remember you mentioned that was she finally got a short ball, right? I mean, that was just a few games ago, I think, so she hasn't really had a ton of opportunities, but gets on the board. Well done.
Yeah, it is suffocating, isn't it? The Rybakina pace and depth and the relentlessness of it. She makes it look so repeatable and comfortable. terrifying prospect for, for everybody else at the top of the sport when she's playing her best, because she's got good head-to-heads against the top players, against Sabalenka, against Swiatek. She knows the cheat codes, and she's serving here to put Kazakhstan into the quarters.
That's good serve. Sakkari frustrated because she felt like she actually guessed right on that one. Almost was ahead of that slightly.
Good match, man. Come on.
Yeah, you've picked a good one, Goran. You don't get a lot of joy out of the net cords here, do you? So rarely dribble over.
That time covered the out wide serve. Rybakina has used that quite a bit on the deuce court on the second serve.
Well, she does love a comeback, Sakkari.
She does.
It's a long way back, but there's only one place to start. Nothing to be done about that. Snuffed out a great point. The forehand's back.
I like to see that. I like to see Maria smiling now. That was her best forehand of the match.
She's serving so well on these big points.
Oh, she's getting the ball off the court and early in the rally. Like it from Maria.
Getting Rybakina into awkward positions finally. Didn't look comfortable there on the run, did she? fight starts here, especially if the forehand keeps firing like that. 2-5. Sakkari trails now.
I needed those forehands a little bit earlier in the match. But
Yeah, but we can all go home because you're the best coach yourself. No, but you're telling yourself to go for the forehands. Okay, it's 5-love, different situation, but still, and you're doing it, and that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. So in every instance where you feel that, you're gonna try and tell yourself to do that, like you did. And then you are okay with the result, whatever happens. But you're making the chance on these balls the biggest. Fantastic, fantastic, well done. I was thinking, fuck, it'd be nice to get a second serve one time on a great one. Huh?
yes, I was like, she went twice, big wide, and once tee, I was like, she's gonna go wide. So.
Yeah. Well done.
I was thinking of serving bowling this game. Why not?
It's all allowed.
Right.
It's all allowed.
In practice,
Well done.
yeah.
Keep accelerating and up.
Well, that was an absolutely fascinating insight. Raymond Sloiter, well, basically saying everything that you've been saying, Jill.
No, it was great advice, and I loved his attitude. We've been talking about how positive he is as a coach, and yeah, it is what we were referring to earlier about, you know, putting yourself in those positions that you have to just work through it. You have to go for it no matter how you're feeling. You're not going to feel your best all the time. And if you're able to back yourself in a moment where, you know, you don't feel that great, the more you do that and the more you put yourself in those circumstances, the better and stronger you're going to get. And I love the fact that, you know, he was praising her, saying, fantastic job. Who cares about the result right now? You know, this is a progress. This is what you need to work on throughout the year. It's great advice.
Yeah, I know it sounds like sports psychology waff, but process, not outcome, is something that all the top players say, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it can be tough to understand because, of course, you want to win. Everyone wants to win. But if you do have that mindset of more of a long term, that this is what's going to get you better, that's, I think, the most valuable.
Yeah, the winning is almost the byproduct.
Yeah.
Another non-ideal double fault.
Just got ready too early, actually. I think she was expecting a much deeper return. Steph is back to support.
Well, his hopes of a quarter-final depend on the Maria Sakkari comeback. Doesn't it like he's got loads of energy in the tank for a quarter-final, but amazing what a good night's sleep can do. Good serve. Weighty serve. Oh, she got up from the chair at the last sit down. She threatened to serve and volley in this game. I couldn't tell if that was a joke. I haven't seen it yet.
Maybe it's coming now.
Yeah, I'm on alert for it. Well, she failed to create any match points on her own serve, Rybakina, but she has one here. Trying to stop the Sakkari comeback in its tracks.
the one she wanted, though. I mean, she set the point up perfectly. That ball just skidding and staying lower.
Decent kick on that one. Point for 5-3. Takes it. 3 games in a row for Maria Sakkari. Rybakina will have one more chance to serve this out.
What a great effort. I mean, at 5-love, you could really just feel the weight on your shoulders. But Sakkari kept her head up, and she's fighting through this. Actually playing well. I mean, the good news for Rybakina is she does have that serve that can just sweep her through some games sometimes. It'll be interesting to see if she's able to do that, because Sakkari's been better on second serves when she's gotten those opportunities.
Wow, well, that was off a first serve.
I feel like the crowd could help Sakkari here, too. A lot of Greek fans here in Perth.
Yeah, they've been subdued so far, haven't they? It was a flat performance from Tsitsipas because he was feeling ill. It's hot out there today. Hasn't been much for them to get their teeth into, but they could get into it here.
Controlled. When you know the speed of Sakkari on the opposite side of the court, and it's actually a lot of time for her to regroup and get back into the court, and so that puts a little pressure on. Sometimes you can rush that shot, but she beautifully controlled it. Wow, that's too good.
Such a beautiful shot, the Elena Rybakina backhand. And it opens up 2 more match points for the Kazakh. The first on her own serve. Goodness, what a way for the match to end. A wobble at the end, but otherwise awesome from Elena Rybakina. She and Kazakhstan are through to the quarterfinals, 6-4, 6-3 over Maria Sakkari. say something, Jill, because I'm still processing that match point.
You know, it looked like it should have been easy, but it wasn't because of the flight of the ball. So I mean, it was a tough one to miss for match point, but it wasn't actually that easy of a shot. But I like the effort that Sakkari gave at the end. I mean, a set in 5 love. I love that she still pushed. She still fought. That's going to do wonders for her going forward. That'll give her a little bit of a boost, even though it was straight sets. I love that she's laughing about it. But Rybakina, I mean, she played so well. I felt like that's something great to take away from this match, is how much better she just kept getting as the match went along, and that's good. You always want to finish stronger than you started, and she definitely did that.
I'd love to know what kind of tennis player Maria Sakkari would be if you found some sort of gadget that could let her not know what the score is at any point in a tennis match.
Or maybe just pretend you're down, down in the score
or
all
something
the time.
that hypnotizes her into thinking she's 5 love down at all times. It is such a mental sport, isn't it? It's brutal, but we love it. And we're going to get the chance to hear from one of the heroes of Team Kazakhstan. Elena Rybakina is with Bojana.
Elena, congratulations. Another win for Team Kazakhstan, which means you progressed through to the quarterfinals here at the United Cup. How excited are you about that result?
Yeah, really excited and super happy for the team. Everybody tried hard, and Sasha in singles. Today was tough match for me also, but I'm super happy to go through the quarterfinals.
And you're up a set and 5 love, and then Maria comes back and wins 3 straight games. What are you telling yourself just to get yourself across the line in that second set?
Just play point by point, because I know when it's 5 love, it's a little bit nothing to lose for the opponent, and she started to play more aggressive, and some good shots was from her. So yeah, I was just trying to focus one by one, and got a bit lucky on the match point, but overall I think it was a really positive match for me.
Now, some people may or may not know that you have a newly appointed coach in Goran Ivanišević. Can you just tell us a little bit about what he's brought to your game in these early few weeks?
Well, yeah, we just working a couple of weeks together, and this is the first official tournament, so I think we're still getting to know each other a little bit, and I think he's a very fun guy also, and he gives some experience, of course, from when he played, and also as a coach. So yeah, I'm just happy to work with him, and yeah, hopefully we bring some good results together.
I have to ask, has he taught you how to smash any tennis rackets yet?
In my career?
Well, in these early few weeks. We know what he was like as a player, but as a coach, do you think he'll bring a bit more of an aggression, or has he taught you anything in terms of his playing days?
Well, not yet. I think, as I said, it's still too early. Maybe he will bring somehow from me this energy which he used to have on the court, but yeah, we will see. For now, I'm too calm, and no one can break it.
Absolutely. Don't change a winging game. Last question, are we going to see you out for the mixed doubles?
I think this time, no. This time, me and Sasha were going to support from the bench, but yeah, I think it's going to be fun also for the guys to play, and yeah, looking forward for that.
Well, we love having you all out here out on court. Enjoy the rest, and we can't wait to see you in the quarterfinals.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the support. С днем рождения, папа!